When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming and I'm loud. Roar!
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on Geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything!
Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah, that's why we move like that. I mean, you know how it is. If you really been out here, that's how you really gotta move. Shit wicked, boy. Brooklyn forever. Hold up. Hold up. Wicked, 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 wicked. Hold up. Wicked, 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 wicked. You know, these streets wicked, 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 wicked. I be telling them. You hoes wicked, 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 wicked. I won't show no mercy, niggas ask for it. I can't show no mercy, niggas ask for it. Hold up, wicked, 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 wicked. Let's get to it though. These streets wicked, 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 wicked. Yeah. Swear if I ain't hit it, then my dog killed her. Bitches think they slick using that dog filter. Shorty know no matter what, my piece is hidden. She pillow talking, telling me your piece is dead. Fuck that friendly nonsense, keep it monetary. Let's get it. Rockin' Fendi Monster, I'm so fly scary. Twin cannons with him, that Mariah Carey. My nigga make a movie, that's that Tyler Perry. That's the Spike Lee, F. Gary Gray. Chopper beat your face, call it Mary Kay. Two birds of white girl, Ashley, Mary Kay. Drop them chickens in the flour, let them birds marinate. All my day ones rockin' day dates. My son wear a rollie to his play date. Steady out the picture, shorty photo cropping. I be more concerned about when that photo dropping. I'm cool on all these mixy niggas, photo hopping. They post it but don't buy it, niggas photo shopping. Everything you niggas wanna get, I done had that. Know I'm son of niggas, so I started wearing dad hats. Hold up, wicked, 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 wicked. Hold up, wicked, 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 wicked. These streets wicked, 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 wicked. You hoes wicked, 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 wicked. I won't show no mercy, niggas ask for it. I can't show no mercy, niggas ask for it. Hold up, wicked, 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 wicked. These streets wicked, 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 wicked.
Yeah, I just went to get it, they said I was selfish. Yeah, your best songs are somebody else's. Stay away from them, allergic to shellfish. It's all good, long as you know where the wealth is. Used to play the lobby with the best raw, then leave the after party with the best haul. Now I'm getting ready for my next tour. Kyrie party right next door. Gonna let the pump do that. Art of war, you just gotta Sun Tzu that. Got the Cuban sitting on the fuck Trump crew neck. I was in the hood, you ain't never come through that. It's a reward if they find where we dumped you at. Let it clip off wherever your punk crew at. As far as that work go, yeah, you know, son, move that. The whole tri-state is my state, yeah, true that. Okay, see, I'm just reminding y'all. These streets will throw your timing off. Feels like a needle in your spinal cord. And the stamp on the diesel say final four.
Yeah, Iceberg, what it do, fool?
Let's go! Ready, real. Brooklyn. K.O.B. Yeah. Whoa, whoa. Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, homie, yeah, that's where I'm from. And they treat me like a king, yeah, anywhere I come, yeah. Pull up on these niggas, and they know about the Thule. He was strapped, I came back, hit his block with the Uzi. Met a bitch that come from Texas. She took me where she stripped, asked me pay for lip injections. She want Kylie Jenner lips. I said, bitch, I'm not your nigga. I'm a killer, I know villas, I'm the realest. Bet you couldn't find another nigga killer. Hopping out the Lamborghini, in them black on black Bushimis. Bitches watching, I'm so poppin'. Hoes beepy when they see me. She said, man, don't take that crown off, cause you know you ain't no biggie. Shut up, bitch, you just mad your baby. 5 couldn't be me. We got shooters everywhere. Shooters everywhere. They pull up, they pop out, they will shoot you anywhere. We got shooters everywhere. Shooters everywhere. They pull up, they pop out, they will shoot you anywhere.
She just gave me Becky love. Now she tryna hit my blunt. She tryna spend the night with me, but it's that time of the month. I ain't with it, shorty trippin', I can't hit it. Get my phone, check the gram, see what's poppin'. Get an Uber, send her home. Matter of
Yes, we are back. When you hear all of that, you already know what you're listening to. When you hear this voice, it's in Black America, or shall I say, you are in Black America. This is your host, Rasta B. You know, I got my co-host, Smoke. He's on the line. I'm about to send him in a minute. Today's topic is Massa, We Sick Syndrome. Jesse Williams and the Black Mind. So, you know what? Actually, what happened, just to give you a little insight, I actually forgot to fill out the rest of the title. I meant to say in the Black Mind frame, but forgot to add frame, so I'll edit that once we get to YouTube. But the whole purpose of this is to say that a lot of black people in this country have a massively sick syndrome, that type of mind frame that if white people's going to feel offended, we're going to feel offended first. We're going to be the first one. Or we have this sick mind frame where we feel as if everything must be criticized and analyzed and stuff of this nature, when it's like, are you listening to the same thing I'm listening to? You know what I'm saying? It's like we think sometimes to be black is to always be against something or anti something. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't even fucking crack a smile because your teeth is white. You know what I'm saying? So it's like little crazy shit like that. So it's like, you know, so we're going to deal with a lot of stuff as well as current events and topics and things of this nature. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and just bring in my co-host, Smoke. Smoke, are you there?
Yo, what's up?
Man, what's going on, brother?
Big Friday, you know what I'm saying? Just chilling out, man. That's about it, man. Just chilling.
I'm about to pour my glass of Douce. I'm going to tap that off with a little splash of lemonade. You know what I'm saying? It's my little drink for the weekend.
Lemonade and Douce. I like good combo.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's what we had in the house. Also, this brown drink that my lady made. Because, you know, we use brown sugar, so, you know, it could be lemonade too, but, you know, it's brown. So, man, it's Friday. So, shit, how your week been, man? What you do? What you do for that week? What's been going on? Any exciting things?
Same old work joints, you know what I'm saying? Working shit, going to work day. Same old shit. But I did, like, I say the highlight really, like, was today or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got the transfer over to another department, you know what I'm saying, for, like, with another position. So it kind of like,
okay.
Trying to give me a little stability, you know what I'm saying? They ain't breaking the bank or nothing like that, but, you know, it's a good thing, you know what I'm saying? So that was the highlight of the week.
A little change is good, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes change in a different place where you can start over. You see what I'm saying? Where you can be new, but nothing changes. You know what I'm saying? And then you can meet different people and be in a different way, and then that could probably traject you in another direction compared to where you at. That could have just been a stifling position. You know what I mean? Where you would have never did nothing but just stifle yourself.
Then we get the little holidays off, so you know what I'm saying? Whatever little holidays we got.
Yeah.
Get them jumps off.
Little perks.
So, it's a nice little something to take me through the rest of the year, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? See how it go. But, you know, other than that, just a normal work week, you know what I'm saying? Building up little man, shit like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. Shit, me, man, shit. I just been looking at them stocks, you know, I'm invested in shit back again, putting some bread up. You know what I'm saying? Still been trying to chase down chicken, man, trying to figure out what's up with this promotion, trying to see if you're trying to do this party shit. If not, you know, I'm going to drop that shit in some stocks, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what's going on. What a lot of people understand is that BlogTalk, you know what I'm saying? when you get caught up inside that stock world and you understand the lingo, when you listening to motherfuckers talk about that British decision and how it was going to affect the market, you knew that let it drop, and I'm going to jump in on the dip, and then I'm going to pull out on the highs. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, you know, for black people, we got to open our eyes, man, and understand that there's ways for us to get bread. Stop being scared, you know? What you were saying?
Oh, no, I was just going to I was just going to say I was watching the Nightlife joint. He's talking about the party promotions, you know what I'm saying, Nightlife series on YouTube.
Oh, the YouTube.
The joint's pretty good. Yeah, the joint's pretty good. But yeah, that was
Yeah,
but
so
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I was, so you know I'm doing the stock shit now, you know what I'm saying, get my weight up on that shit again. And
that'd be a nice thing.
Hell yeah! So I'm trying to see about that. Can I, give me a couple of flips off that party shit? If not, I'll drop that shit into the market again. You know what I'm saying? And go back around with that tax money and start to play with that, flip with that bread again. Cause that's how I operate. I use my money. I like to flip that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Make that motherfucker work for me. I ain't really into getting the money and like, let me spin it and let me go get me some gear and let me go and buy. You know, like I need to buy some clothes, but it's like, man, I'd rather just flip my shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me.
Yeah, if you got opportunity to make more, so fuck it.
Hell yeah, shit. Make it work for you instead of keeping it in your account just losing money. Take that bitch out your account and make some money. So, all temp shit. You can't lose, but hey, scared money don't make money. You know how we talk in Brooklyn. So, shit, what else for this week? It was the stock shit, you know what I'm saying? I cut my yard. Shit, the BET shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Yeah, I ain't see it. Yeah, that dance was the talk of the week. And all on Facebook or up until now. Not even BET, just the speech that the Jesse Williams guy did, you know what I'm saying? Right. And it's funny because it's like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't watch it. My lady was watching it. But she had it on so loud that you could hear the speech. I think I was downstairs either watching one of those web series or playing video games or something. So, but I heard the speech. So I'm listening to her, and I'm like, damn, that's a powerful ass speech. So I was just thinking to myself, I was like, damn, like that'd be dope if that's a, dark-skinned black man talking. You know what I'm saying? So then when I heard that or the hoopla, that's when I looked to see who it was. Cause I didn't care. I'm like, the speech is powerful enough. Then I see it's this light-skinned dude, light eyes, all that shit. So I'm thinking this must be a European. You know what I'm saying? Like, not a European.
Yeah, you got that look.
I'm talking that European
like
black
Parker.
man. Yeah, Tony Parker type. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking he is. I'm like, because then I heard, bits and pieces and shit. Because again, I don't get caught up in this shit no more. I got other things I worry about. So I'm just looking at bits and pieces and I'm hearing something about Sweden, and I'm like, oh, this nigga Swedish or some shit, to find out the mother is white and she's Swedish and the father's black. And it's like, when I see the dude and I hear him talk and shit, I'm like, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? And I could also understand the backlash from black people. But then the flip side is, like, why and how do we, like, pick and choose, like, our shit, like, our battles? I don't understand it. This is a black man. You know what I'm saying? This is a black man. The reason why he's a black man, just to let that be clear, he's a black man because he's mixed. right? I'm not going to do the one drop and dominant. I ain't going to play none of them dumb games. He's mixed, right? Mama white, father black. He talks and he moves and he operates off the energy of the black man. And he identifies as the black man, and he's speaking for and speaking up. Somehow, some way, this shit got translated as he's a leader or some shit. He's not a fucking leader. He's a man that chose to speak. You see what I'm saying? If this same dude decided had a white woman that he married to, same dude, same mixed and everything, same name, and he got a white woman he married to, said the same speech and everything, white woman he married to, damn, he don't identify. No. He can't say the same speech. Excuse me. He got a white woman. He don't identify with black. He identify with the white side. I would say that's a white man because that's what he chooses to move at. I'm looking at Facebook. I'm all confused. So what say you, Smoke? What you say?
I mean, I didn't see it. I didn't hear it. I didn't know anything about it until, that was Sunday. I didn't hear about it until Monday. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. Right. So once I got wind of it, I'm really hearing the comments or, just like, you start hearing or seeing mulatto and shit like that getting thrown around. It's like, all right. From what I'm gathering, it was a powerful speech. Everyone is saying that. I didn't hear it. So it's like, where is, the mix-up? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Because I heard that brother speak before, and it was like a clip somebody was circulating on Facebook or whatever. And, he was just, he said, I can't remember exactly what he said, but seeing that video and then hearing him say that speech was like, okay, it go hand in hand, you know what I'm saying? The shit that he talk about or whatever. All right, well, whatever. I finally see it, and it's like the beginning of it. He shout out his parents, so he paid homage to his creator. You know what I'm saying? He gave a shout out to his wife. You know what I'm saying, for like, giving him strength. You know what I'm saying? What he said, to be exact, he said changing his life. Show the woman she a black woman. You know what I'm saying? Then he gave homage to the black woman, period. And was like, you got to do better by you. So it was like, before. No. Let's say it again. Wait. Let's say it again. We got to do better by you. This is a black man. That's all you got to say. This is a black man who have a white mother. He didn't say, woman of color, we have to do right by you. He didn't say, woman, we have to do right by you. He didn't say, black and brown woman, we have to do right by you. Minority woman, we have to do right by you. He didn't use none of them little weird-ass code words. He specifically specified the black woman, the black race. He didn't tap dance. He ain't do none of the shit that he ain't say brown. None of that. None of that shit that black people with a black mama and a black daddy be saying. Now, I understand the outrage because I also share the sentiment that, damn, we need some dark-skinned people standing up to talk. We need some dark-skinned people to be saying what. That's what we disagree. I said I disagree in the sense that.
Why you disagree on that?
Because why, as black people, we complain about the fucking skin tone of the person that's up there or whatever. The first paragraph, you looking at, you reading the speech, he give a shout out to all of the shit that, somebody who conscious would do.
No. We're not talking about him no more. No. If you're gonna say you disagree, then speak on what you're disagreeing about. but it can't be specifically on him. I'm just saying, like, if you're saying that when it comes to the tone, because I think there needs to be some dark-skinned leadership and some dark-skinned people out here talking like Jesse Williams.
I agree.
Instead of just light-skinned people talking.
I agree with that sentiment, you know what I'm saying? Because you're right.
Biracial
you know what I'm
people
saying? Chocolate motherfuckers need to be put in the light because we know that purposely they are put in the background for the lighter. I understand that. But what I'm saying is,
you know what I'm saying? We need some Khalid Muhammad, black man and woman, Khalid Muhammad out there talking.
To even have a gripe over someone speaking out on that platform, when we always complain about celebrities not stepping up to the plate. Oh, sports figures, they don't want to say nothing. Actors, they don't want to say nothing. So this man goes on, puts his career on the line, safe as a light-skinned person.
Because you know he knew. He's new. You know he's new, right?
Yeah. He's new.
Right, he's new.
Right, he's popping. He's just getting popping.
Yeah, he's not. He hasn't been there for 5 years. You see what I'm saying?
Denzel Washington saying this shit, basically.
Right, this ain't Denzel who's been in the industry for years. Yeah, this dude, he just got into the industry, and this is how he talking. And you told me, Smoke, that he already was talking like this prior. And on Facebook, they start showing mad clips of him talking, saying the same shit. So that's in that man's nature. He used to be a teacher, and when you put a mic in front of him, he's speaking. Because, see, I'm going to tell you where I identify with this at. You know what I'm saying? This is where I identify with this at. Because I'm of the lighter hue. You know what I'm saying? With the funny eyes and all that bullshit like that, right? But I didn't grow up like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't grow up like that. My mother, because I come really from a matrilineal lineage, my mother, she is the one that got knowledge herself. So then when she had her baby, she taught us. So we was born with our eyes open. You know what I'm saying? How I come up like this. My great-grandmother is a white woman. I wish I had some theatrical sound effects for that. So my great-grandmother is a white woman, right? Right? So the way the story is, because we come from South Carolina, that's where her people don't come from, right? So the way the story was told to me was, like, the great-grandmother, this was like some, you asked me, it's some slavery shit, right? But the great-grandmother, she's a white woman, and what happened was her mother, which is a white woman, she got pregnant early, like young, as a youngster, you know what I'm saying? And they end up, once she had the baby, giving the baby to the black people that, you know what I'm saying, that ran the house in the field or whatever, the ones they owned or whatever, however you wanna speak that. Not own like slavery, but you gotta understand that after slavery, you know what I'm saying, you still have situations where people like where there was no job, and it's like, well, if you stay here, we'll pay you, type shit like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's still slavery, but it's like, okay, we ain't gonna treat you that fucked up because we know it's against the law now. So we'll pay you fair, but still serve us. And it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I mostly take it. But so the white woman, so that would be my great-great-grandmother, right? So my great-grandmother, she's a white woman, and her mother got pregnant. And when she had the baby, they ended up giving that white baby to the black family to raise while this woman went on. You know what I'm saying? And like it lived her life or whatever like that, right? And she ended up marrying marrying or whatever, dealing with and having babies with a black man. That's where my grandmother comes from and her siblings. So my grandmother is a mulatto. You know what I'm saying? This is the woman I lived with when I was in New York. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My grandmother, in return, being with a black man, had all of her children. You know what I'm saying? That's where my mother comes from. My mother now is with my father, you know what I'm saying, who's in Trinidad. They have babies, and then that's where I come from. You see what I'm saying? So my grandmother, who's a mulatto, my mother, growing up in the 60s, she said, she found out about black power in Africa, kings and queens, and you know what I'm saying? And this is where you came from before the white man made you a slave and a nigger. So then she went to my grandmother, the mulatto, and said, Grandma, Mom, why you never told me we from Africa and about king, you know, stuff like that. Same thing Sister Soldier was saying, that Cornel West was fighting against. So my grandmother, according to the story, she said, you ain't from no damn Africa, you from Bentonville, South Carolina. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's what she said, you know what I'm saying? So my mother, she raised us up pro-black Pan-African. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had the map, all of that, dashiki, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mother used to say when she was young and shit, they used to, her cousins, them used to be like, here come the white kids and all kind of shit. Because, you know, they coming from that mulatto shit. They breeding up. So now, me growing up, you know what I'm saying, I'm light-skinned, but I'm not that Chris Brown-like. You know what I'm saying? Me, personally, I see myself more brown, you know what I'm saying? But I do be out in the sun a lot, you know what I mean? But the point is, the way we was brought up pro-black. You know what I'm saying? Pan-African, pro-black, Africa, fuck America. We don't want shit in America. We ain't pledging allegiance to no damn flag. And it's the 80s. This the 80s. We ain't eating no meat. This the 80s. Dreadlocks. This the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Now it's easy because everybody's vegan and all that. But the 80s, motherfuckers was like, you don't eat meat? What the hell you eat this? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you gotta explain what a vegetarian dish is. Like, you gotta explain all that shit. And it's like, you know, people be like, how you get your hair like that? And it's like, you know, you just lock it up. You just wash your hair. You just let it grow. And, you know, and like, damn, how you get your hair? Yeah, now everybody dread. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how that shit was. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when me growing up, I looked at myself like, yo, we all black. Whether you dark, whether you light. Like, the song I believe it's Peter Tosh's song that goes, no matter where you come from, so long as you are a black man, you're an African. Right, no matter your complexion, low, your complexion high, or your complexion in between, you're an African. That all of this shit is how I grew up. So this is what I'm listening to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Peter Tosh, all of this. So once I come down to Georgia, right, like in the early 90s, then I hear, ooh, you light skinned. Ooh, you got pretty eyes. I'm like, pretty eyes? Light skinned? What kind of ignorant shit is this? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, we all black.
Pretty boy.
Kind of weirdo shit. Yeah, I'm like, yo, I'm sitting over here like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? Like, we didn't grow up like that. I'm looking at pig feet floating in a jar. I'm like, what kind of weird? And these kids pointing at all this dead. Yo, that shit tripped me out. I'm like, yo, what kind of weird? I didn't understand the way the Southerners talk with that weird ass, geeky country ass. Yeah, boy, yeah. I used to be like, oh, what the fuck? How do y'all? Oh my God, this is weird out here. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. I said, oh shit. They say ma'am and stuff. I'm not saying that. And they used to be like disrespectful because I said we don't talk that slave language. That's why I used to tell them like. They was like, it ain't slave language, it's respect. I used to be like, yes, man, no, sir. Hell no. I'm from New York. Hell no. I ain't saying that shit. That was the early 90s, you know what I'm saying? That was the early 90s and shit. But it's like, that's how we grew up, pro-black. So then I'm so with my children's mom, you know what I'm saying? She dark-skinned from the island. So in the beginning when I first met her, I'm talking like Jesse Williams now that I think about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about pro-black shit. The black woman is God, you know what I'm saying, and all kind of shit. Here she go. You don't feel weird that you talk against white people, but you got white in your blood? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? You don't feel, because your ancestors got white, if it wasn't for your white grand, I'm like, wow, like, why? When I first met you, you ain't know none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, now you read a couple of pages, now you trying to judge who I am? Like, what kind of weird shit is this? So it's like, I feel the Jesse Williams controversy, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, how the fuck do people who a couple of years back, 5 years ago, you meet these same people, and you be like, that same girl would have been lusting over this dude, you know what I'm saying? Now, she read a book, find out the white man enslaved the people, now she want to curse everybody, and it's like, come on, man. That's not what it is, yo. Come on. You gotta say, Smoke. Somebody took a split.
Nah, yo, man, but I don't understand any backlash from this. So we complain about, you know, people not stepping up for the cause. We quick to say, you know, these, you know, motherfuckers with money or status, they ain't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just like earlier this year or whatever, they was going at LeBron during the Tamir Rice, you know, situation, they was wanting him to, you know, boycott games and, you know, all this and that. But now you see someone.
Wait. Here's my question. Did LeBron do it?
Nah, he ain't do it. Of course not.
Okay, wait. Now watch this. Didn't they have an issue with Beyonce?
Yeah. Super Bowl.
So LeBron doesn't step up, right? No, we ain't talking about whether it's right or wrong. LeBron didn't step up. Now, Beyonce steps up, and y'all attack Beyonce. I don't understand that. I don't understand that shit. Y'all wanted LeBron to do it. He didn't step up. LeBron got attacked for that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And now watch this. So LeBron gets attacked for not stepping up. Beyonce steps up. And she gets attacked for stepping up. And Jesse Williams steps up, and he gets attacked for stepping up. And then when niggas don't step up, they get attacked for not stepping up. And then when niggas do step up, they get attacked for stepping up because I don't want you to step up. I want him to step up.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it's like, it's
this
not the right
weird.
person to do it. Yeah, it's not the right person to do it.
This
you know, they
weird.
showed Umar Johnson meme with Umar Johnson versus Jesse, who's the better leader. I'm like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's like, why we can't just take the message for what it is? Because it's a lot of messages on, you know, different layers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, one is just like bringing kind of like masculinity back to men because we always muffled. We ain't supposed to say nothing. We supposed to be quiet. We supposed to get a political answer. We're not supposed to speak out on shit. So that's like number one.
To ruffle feathers.
He was on a platform in front of everybody and said what he felt he got it off his chest in front of everybody. Two, he made a bunch of points, all valid points, without coming off as an angry black man. He avoided.
Not coming off as an angry black man.
No,
he still came off as an angry black man.
Right.
Because
what
the
I'm
backlash
saying is, and maybe that's not the terminology, but you cannot. sort of like putting out that vibe where they would say, look how he presented it, instead of so they could detract away from.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They still doing that. That's what I'm saying. That's the shit that nobody paying attention. Even if you're composed, they're gonna still treat you the same way as if you was out there yelling and cursing them out.
Right.
That's why it doesn't make no sense. Yeah.
If you listening to that joint, you can say that because we know how the media go. We know how people are. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna just throw shit out there. But if you're listening to that speech, you're gonna get the message. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get the message. He was clear cut in what he was trying to say in that message. You know what I'm saying? In his speech. So it was like it's like so many things that you could take away from it. Just in general, just to even try to criticize it is like you totally off base to even try to have something negative to say about it as a black person. We know what everyone else is going to do or say. You know what I'm saying? They're going to marginalize. Yeah. We know how that go. You know what I'm saying? Viacom is going to smash you down for all that shit. We know how that go.
The hard part about that is the fact that niggas not realizing that, and this is what I put on Facebook. I said, when your disagreement of Jesse Williams starts to sound like the Fox News listener or viewer, that's how you know you're on the wrong side of the debate. Straight up. When you're sitting over here in your argument, it sounds just like that blonde chick that Charlamagne had to get at, or sounds like Stacey Dash when she out here calling him a plantation slave and all kind of crap like that. When your rhetoric sound like them, that's supposed to make you say, "Oh shit, you know what? I think I'm getting brainwashed. I think I'm on the wrong side. I think I'm on the wrong team right now. Let me reevaluate what the fuck I'm saying." Because put race aside, right? Put all race aside and put everything aside. That's a man. Right? That's a man. The shit that he's saying, is it right in his act or is it not right in his act? Right? Then look at that man's parent. Then you say to yourself, what is the race of that man? Don't look at that man and say, oh, this nigga got a lot of white features about himself, which is funny. Because here's the real question about what's going on. I don't want to hear none of these niggas talking about Jesse Williams in a negative way. Bring up Francis Cress Welston. Bring up goddamn none of that shit. No, nothing about nothing. About anything. Don't bring up black leaders or black peoples in history who are mulattoes like Booker T. Washington and Ida B. Wells and fucking Frederick Douglass and all the other motherfuckers. Don't bring none of them up. Don't bring none of them up no more. Don't talk about none of that shit. Create your own goddamn history now. Because that don't make sense to me. When we're being attacked and been attacked and we're in the middle of a war. And you're telling your best allies to get the fuck away from you. And that shit don't make sense. These are the guys that can go across enemy lines and get information and come back with the truth. That you saying we don't want you no more on our side. We don't want no intel. You're a fucking idiot. Go ahead, Smoke.
No, it's just because, man, we don't really want to fight for nothing, man. It's like you hear people
we want to
say
be losers.
Shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when we have opportunities, you know what I mean, to unite, you know, to establish pride, or just to do anything that we normally speak on, or as far as like oppression, you know what I mean? You know, in this case, you know, we say that, you know, that entertainers and people in high power or positions, you know what I'm saying, they don't use their position or platform to speak out for us. All right, somebody did it. But this is like an opportunity for us to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's really like a golden example, you know what I'm saying? Or the mind frame that we need to carry along, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, you know, you got a guy who's an actor and he's on TV, he's getting a BET award, and he carrying the mind frame of, you know what I'm saying, somebody who, you know, struggling to pay their rent, you know, got to work long hours. You know what I mean? It's like we all in that same position. So we all got to be in that same mind frame. So it's hard for me to really see and, like, understand somebody having honest critique of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like what bad do you have to say about that? Like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And for you to really start, it's like you reaching when you start talking about mulattoes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like...
Now, wait. Now, let's be clear. Let's be clear. It's not to say there isn't a mulatto problem. It's not to say historically... Oh, look, I'm about to put my password in, and I'm over here about to type in mulatto instead of my damn password on my computer. Funny how the mind works sometimes, you know what I mean? Yeah, but it's not to say that in history the mulatto hasn't been a problem, it hasn't been an issue. We understand that also. But don't turn around now and get caught up into that house nigga, feel nigga, all that bull. Don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in all that. Oh, the mulatto did. Don't get caught up in that.
Of what he was saying, he established that he was a fucking black man. Period. Like, what else you want to say? You going to not take him for his word? Now it's a conspiracy or some shit? Like, you going to go that far? The man established that he was a fucking black man in the beginning. So, like, let's cut this shit out. Like, we will find a reason not to fight, not to move forward. You know what I'm saying? We will find a fucking reason to. It's like that shit is annoying.
You know, wait. I got a question for you. Right?
Yeah.
So check this. Jesse Williams' speech. Right? Name me the other black person's speech on BET who stood up and spoke for these people. What was his name or her name?
You got me on that.
Oh, so nobody else made that speech but him? Oh. Ain't that some shit? Oh. Like, I can understand if it was 5 other people that made a speech, but only his is getting picked up in the news.
Right.
I understand you saying, damn, what happened to the other 4 black people out here who have powerful speeches? Y'all don't be picking on him because he's goddamn biracial. Yo, that makes a whole lot of sense. No, you're saying, fuck his speech because he's biracial. David Banner said, David Banner was on BT? What? Excuse me? What are they talking about? Kendrick Lamar was on BT. Did he make the best?
My thing is, like, if you stood on that, like, you know, like straight black pride movement, they deal with like you gotta have a black parents, both. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So like, if you stand in that mode where it's like, all right, man, I don't really fuck with all that, then all right. No. That's a good point. The whole shit of straight black pride is you have to have both parents to be black. That's the thing of straight black pride. But what irritated Jeannie said was, if that black child be with a black woman and they have black children, his child can then be. So that's showing that, basically saying that he chose black. You understand what I'm saying? That's what that answer means. He chose black because he have a black woman. He's fighting for a black cause. He's speaking on black issues. He have a black child, and he's teaching them this black thing too. And he's continuing the black legacy. That's a black man. I have to call him a black man because he's showing that. That's what straight black pride is. And but no, that's what straight black pride say. Right. That's what they say.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So, like, when people want to sit there with that weird shit, then you got the other part of the game is this, Smoke. Hebrew, right, versus science. The science people say, well, he ain't black because he came from the mother, and the mother's white, which makes him white because the mother carries the mitochondrium, whatever name, the mitochondria, whatever, DNA. So the Hebrews say, no. If his daddy's white, Bob Marley, that makes Bob Marley white because the bloodline comes from the father. So this little game gets a little confusing, you know what I'm saying? Of who the fuck becomes black and white in this weird little paradigm. But what you should say to yourself is, you know what? You mix. Let me study you and see what you do, because I see a lot of times we'll fuck around and get the mixed person who moved Paula Patton white and say, she's still black though. She's still black. One drop rule. Right. Now one drop rule is respect when you want the light skinned girls in your population. Right. But then when you had a black man here who's light skinned, who just so happened to be light skinned though, like Huey P. Newton, and then he's speaking on black issues, and he's speaking out, and he's speaking on the atrocities in Black America on a black platform, in a crowd brand new to the career, and it's syndicated, and the shit gathered national attention. We don't sit there and put more fire to that as in yes, you know what, we're going to rally behind that. We rally behind Black Lives Matter, and that we already know that's a Bati movement. We know that. You see what I'm saying?
But ain't nothing strong.
Shit.
Ain't nothing strong like that came out of Black Lives Matter, man. Nothing to where you could be like.
You're right. Nothing strong like no. You're wrong. I can't say that. That's literally, now you're going too far. I ain't gonna lie, them Black Lives Matter niggas was shutting down seaports and goddamn highways. That goddamn speech ain't shut down no goddamn seaport. Right, it ain't fucking no economy. So I ain't gonna go that far. I can't go that far. So yeah. You know, we can talk our shit, but let's not go a little too crazy.
Nah, but what I'm saying is that, I mean, you see the Black Lives Matter movement and shit like that, and that's cool. But that's like a fucking shit you put on your T-shirt or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. Right, that's a hashtag. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, events happen and shit like that. Cool. But we live in a microwave moment, right? You know, microwave style shit. Right now, let's get it quick, right quick. Boom, this is the new shit right here. This is what happening right now. Black Lives Matter was last week. Jesse Williams was this week. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I'm saying. You know what I mean? This is strong right here. You know what I'm saying? Why we have to...
But the question should be, too, why? Why is it strong? Could it be strong because white America feel betrayed by their mulattoes? You see what I'm saying? Could that have been the shit? And here go black people with the Master We Sick shit. Always when white people get upset, we always upset. I always notice that. I don't know who get upset first. Do we just sense it like, ooh, whitey gonna get mad, so let's get outraged first, or do they get mad and then we get the word and then we start acting up? Because I'm sitting over here like, then I don't think nobody expected him to say that. You dig what I'm saying? I don't think so, because see, it started with him saying, peace, thank you, Deborah, thank you, BET, thank you, Nate Parker, Harry and Debbie Allen for participating in that. Before we get into it, I just want to say I brought my parents out tonight. I just want to thank them for being here, for teaching me to focus on comprehension over career. Well, that's a little. Now that you know what happened, that's a little code word. And his parents probably was like, oh, shit. Oh, shit, not in front of these people. And that they make sure I learn what the schools were afraid to teach us. Oh. Let me read that again. I just wanted to thank them for being here. That's his parents, his black and white parents. Before we get into this, I just want to say I brought my parents out tonight. I just want to thank them for being here, for teaching me to focus on comprehension over career, and that they make sure I learn what the schools were afraid to teach us. And also thank my amazing wife for changing my life. Now, this award that is not for me, so this is a selfless act that he's doing. This is for the real organizers all over the country. So he's saying the ones out there with boots to the ground, the ones out there that's really fighting the good fight, he's dedicating that award to them. But he's not even taking the award. The activists, the civil rights attorneys, the struggling parents, the families, the teachers, the students that are realizing, that's the youth, that a system built to divide and impoverish and destroy us cannot stand if we do. That's going against the system. That's what he's speaking on. It's kind of basic mathematics. The more we learn about who we are, knowledge of self, something that we was teaching in the 90s with the 5%ers. It's basic mathematics. Smoke. What's the math? What's today's mathematics, right? So do you sit there and you shoot down Jesse Williams because the 5%ers been saying this shit? No. That man dedicated that award to all of y'all. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of basic mathematics. The more we learn about who we are and how we got here, the more we will mobilize. Now, this is also in particular for the black woman, in particular, who have spent their lifetime dedicated to nurturing everyone before themselves. We can and will do better for you. He's not even dedicating that line to his mother. You see what I'm saying? He's not even dedicating that line to keep it to his mom.
If you pause,
go ahead,
folks.
We're going to break it down. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, that's kind of like his intro, you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
Right.
Because I want you to keep reading it, you know what I'm saying, not to deter off the point, but if you stop right there, where in that...
No, right, go Bill.
Where would you question that that's a black man saying that? You know what I'm saying? There's no question.
No, wait. Now watch this. I'm going to show you how real what you said is, right? Like I said earlier, I was downstairs. My lady is upstairs. She's watching it, but it's loud, so I can hear the speech. I'm downstairs. I'm thinking this is a black man speaking because I'm listening to the words. That's how real it is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's not a question. So it's like, again, I don't understand any backlash, but yeah, keep going with that.
Shit, what was that? Right. So he's not even giving that. That's not even for his mother. You know what we don't know too. What I'm thinking about too, Smoke.
What's that?
We don't even know if his father and mother was during the Black Panther era. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
What a lot of people don't know is a lot of them Black Panther dudes was slaying a lot of them white girls who was clinging on to that whole shit. Just you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you don't know. So it could have been a situation where they older now, so they look like an older black man and an older white woman. But back in the day, he could have been because in the beginning of the speech, he said he thanked his parents for teaching for making sure he learned what the schools was afraid to teach him. Yeah. So everybody's saying, oh, to make another Jesse Williams, we got to screw a white woman to make another Jesse Williams. No, dumbass. You have to teach and raise and educate your child. Just like with my boys. My boys will have knowledge of self. They will learn who they are. I'm building my library. You see what I'm saying? I'm getting my books up. You see what I'm saying? So my sons them can read and educate and they know and show them. One of my dreams, because I didn't grow up like this. I mean, I grew up like this, pro-Black Pan-African. But I didn't grow up doing the things that I want to experience with my children. I said something that I want to experience with my children and my whole family, really, is we're going to go to every Black museum around the country. You see what I'm saying? I want to go to every Black museum around the country, every Black festival. I want to go outside of the country and go to the Black stuff because I want my children to know Black culture. Africa, Brazil, America, Canada, the island, in Europe, Asia, Russia, everywhere. Because if we populated the whole world, I want my children to know that. We're going to go to these islands. We're going to go to these places. We're going to go to Haiti so they can see these places. They can interact with these people. You see what I'm saying? So when they go back and people say, oh, the Haitians is this, or the West Indians is this, oh, in Brazil I heard this, and it's like, yo, I was there. My sister should be going to Peru and all kind of shit. She be telling me stories. I'd be like, yo, word? That's how they hustling the Black people out there? They selling them Jesus like this? They sell them Jesus, smoke, check this. In Peru, they sell them Jesus. Jesus is Black. And Judas is Black. But everybody else is white. And Jesus was walking in Machu Picchu. Eating guinea pigs and papaya. That's what he ate for the Last Supper. And it was so ill because Jesus is Black, right? But Judas is Black. Judas betrayed Jesus. That's Black on Black. Betrayal. So when you reading that as a Black person, just like people say in America, they even hated on Jesus. I guess in Peru they like, I don't trust Black people because a Black man is the one that betrayed our Black Jesus. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like that's a whole nother mind frame out there. But my sister, she goes to place. She went to New Orleans the other day. Went to the museums out there talking about the slave like logs or whatnot. And she's reading like a diary or something out there where she's like they read the tales of these different enslaved Africans. And just to get into the mixed part and how in the beginning part you hear the struggle, you hear the fight, you hear this damn cracker, if I could fucking get this knife, I'll slit his throat. The years go on and the kids get lighter and lighter, then it turns into me and Miss Sarah's going to go out and play ball. You see what I'm saying? Like they don't forgot it was a struggle. Yeah. And that's why I always say to Black people, for us to have change in this country, it comes from the youth. It don't come from us. Stop looking at your old funky ass thinking you're going to be the one to change the future. You not. It's your youth that's going to change the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Nigga, we want to try to do, oh, I'm the one that's going to do it. Nah. So you don't got to date no white woman to be a Jesse Williams. Raise your goddamn children. Teach them everything that you learning. Teach them that now. So by the time they turn 10, 12, they'll be coming with you with books, breaking stuff down to you. Because they'll have that thirst for it, that youth, where they'll be able to get more of that information and travel more and do the research and do the field research. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you can sit back and have somebody to be proud of. Yeah, so let me get back to
it. It really
that.
only takes a couple generations of working on that. But yeah, got it.
Yeah, you're damn sure right. It's not a lot of generations at all.
No.
So it go, it's kind of basic mathematics. The more we learn about who we are and how we got here, the more we will mobilize. Now, this is also in particular for the black woman, right. For the black woman in particular, who have spent their lifetime dedicated to nurturing everyone before themselves. We can and will do better for you. Now, what we've been doing is looking at the data, and we know the police somehow managed to de-escalate, disarm, and not kill white people every day. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen is we are going to have equal rights and justice in our own country, or we will restructure their function and ours, showing he's distancing himself from the white part of himself and including himself in the black part.
Right.
Now, I got more, y'all. Today would have been Young Tamir's Wright's 14th birthday. So I don't want to hear any more about how far we've come when paid public servants can pull a drive-by on 12-year-old playing along in the park in broad daylight, killing him on television, and then going home to make a sandwich. Tell Rakia Boyd how it's so much better than it is to live in 2012 than it is to live in 1612 or 1712. Tell that to Eric Garner. Tell that to Sandra Bland. Tell that to Dorian Hunt. And there's countless others that you can tell that to. If we go into that long list, Amadou Diallo, Sean Bell. If you go into this long list, Yusef Hawkins, we'll be here all day. All day. Now the thing is, through all of us in here getting money, that alone, now wait, let me wash my throat from with this Douce and lemonade. Now the thing is though, all of us in here getting money, that alone isn't going to stop this. That goes back to what he said earlier. My parents taught me comprehension over career. All right. Now dedicating our lives to getting money just to give it right back for someone's brand on our body when we spent centuries praying with brands on our body. And now we pray to get paid for brands on our body. Which is funny because Cameron used to have a line that goes, back in the day, we used to get hit with whips and chains. Now, fast forward, now we got whips and chains and some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, you know what I mean?
I was just about to say that. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
so you got the whips
shit.
and chains shit, and you got the branding now. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like you don't even, oh, that was back in the day. That back in the day shit. Yeah, all right. That nigga's spinning around in a circle. So it's saying, now you want to get paid for brands on your body. There has been no war that we have not fought and died on the front lines of. there has been no job we haven't done. And Little Kim had that picture on the Vanity magazine with her whole body covered up in that Gucci or Louis pattern shit all over her leg. Black people. There have been no jobs we haven't done. There is no tax that haven't levied against us, and we've paid all of them. But freedom is somehow always conditional here. You're free, they keep telling us. But she would have been alive if she hadn't acted so free. Now, freedom is always coming in the hereafter. But you know what? What though? The hereafter is a hustle. We want it now. That's busting shots at the goddamn churches. You know what I'm saying? And let's get a couple of things straight. Just a little side note. The burden of the brutalized is not to confront the bystander, comfort the bystander. That's not our job, all right? Stop with all of that. If we have a critique for the resistance, for our resistance, then you better have an established record of critique of our oppression. Stacey Dash, Whoopi Goldberg, who man, Ted Danson was in blackface. And she over there smiling in embarrassment, but she was married to that damn boy. So fuck out of here with you criticizing. Fuck
black
out
women wearing wigs and shit like that. Fuck out of
here. Yeah.
No,
fuck out of here.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy.
Look,
like,
wait, Smoke. Whoopi Goldberg. That ain't her fucking last name. Talking about black women wearing blonde weave and you walk around with a fucking fake last name? Goldberg, you ain't no goddamn Jew. Get out of here.
Yeah. Get
out of here.
Go bleach your skin.
Something embarrassing us, yo. Fuck out of here. Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah. And then the funny shit is like on the show, I probably got some more to go, but on the show, the white lady.
Give me a little bit of it. I need time to twist this up, so go ahead.
The white lady, she fucking explaining, you know what I mean, what Jesse Williams was trying to say in terms of cultural appropriation and shit like that. On the what's that? On the View. On the View.
Okay.
There was an attorney on there.
No.
Sonny Hostin.
All right. Oh, Sonny Hostin, the one that said how she used to lust for that white boy prosecutor during the Trayvon Martin murder trial that he dropped the ball on because he allowed the defense to dictate beginning of the story. And she was on CNN lusting for that white boy. This is a murder trial. And she on here calling him some dreamy something and just lusting for this white boy. And I'm like, how fucking embarrassing is this shit that you lusted for this white boy in the middle of a murder of a child? The boy was 16. He just turned 17 February and got killed 20 days after his birthday. And she lusted. I never liked Sonny after that. So continue.
Yeah, so, you know, she basically explaining that and shit. And what she said was, because she's explaining a cultural appropriation, she said, a dominant group in a society exploits a less privileged group without understanding that group's experience. Hostin explains, it is wonderful to love black culture, but when black people are being murdered on the streets and when black people are being discriminated against, where are you? So she's like posing that, and then, you know, Whoopi comes in by like, they said she was defending Justin Timberlake because Justin Timberlake made a tweet during the yeah, and they was roasting his ass
let's
too.
Let's publicly say fuck Justin Timberlake too, because Justin Timberlake snatched Janet Jackson's the shit off Janet Jackson's damn costume, revealing her fucking nipple, and goddamn Justin Timberlake is the one that snatched it off, but Janet Jackson gets in trouble. And Justin Timberlake didn't say nothing, and he allowed that black woman to burn in that fire. He's a fucking coward. Fuck Justin Timberlake. Continue, folks. I just want to make sure that's on record.
Yeah, so, fuck it. So, you know, he tweeted at Jesse Williams. I guess that's Jesse Williams' handle or whatever. At Jesse Williams, so #inspired. And so, like, one person tweeting him was like, so does this mean, this is Ernest Owens, this is from the AtlantaBlackStar.com, so they posted this up, but this is a tweeter, they tweeted Ernest Owens, so does this mean you're going to stop appropriating our music and culture and apologize to Janet too? BET Awards. They got another person on there.
That's good. I'm glad. I like when black people remember.
And then he say, did you like the part when Jesse talked about white people stealing from us? That should resonate with you. And they have another.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, wait. Before you continue. Wait. Before you continue, you got to remember. Justin Timberlake disrespected Prince with the whole bringing sexy back. Remember that shit back in the day?
Right.
Yeah, I remember that. He disrespected Prince. He did the nigga taking a whole black fucking style and shit like that. You know, yeah, truth be told, with Justin Timberlake, Justin Timberlake, you check his DNA, because he's from Tennessee, right? If you check it, he might be a mulatto. He might be a mulatto, because you remember when he first came out with his hair a little kinky looking. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Sometimes I wonder when it comes to the mulattoes, they don't be wanting to have babies because they know that baby might come out, you know what I'm saying, a little dark. I be feeling like that. You know what I'm saying? If you remember during that Backstreet Boys or whatever, he had a little kinky little hair, you know what I'm saying? And he's from Tennessee. In that Tennessee, they got a lot. They had a story. If you Google,
I remember that.
If you Google Tennessee Appalachians or Appalachian black or Appalachians mixed with black or something like that, you're going to get a story about the Appalachians. They have a little color about themselves, right? Like Rashida Jones type people. And they said that they always thought that they came from the Portuguese part of the white situation. What that mean, I don't know. But they said they thought they came from the Portuguese side. I thought they had a little color. They said, we just thought we were dark-skinned white people. That's what they said. He said after the third DNA test he took, and it kept coming up saying he had more black DNA than anything, he said, well, damn, like, shit, I didn't know. I thought I was white. And it's a lot of them Appalachians like that. A lot of them like that. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of them shits is like that in Tennessee.
Yeah, I saw a story somewhere, man. Just wasn't they trying to say that, I don't know if it was the same story or same doc or whatever, but wasn't they saying, like, Elvis Presley, he was one of them cats or some shit like that?
Yeah, I heard that too. You know what I'm saying? See, for me, I don't like that. My whole shit is this. Because like I said, when it comes to that whole mulatto shit, because we're going to do a show on here about the mulatto problem. We will address the mulatto problem. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when that mixed person identify with their side, you got to rock with that. You can't sit there and deny. That's stupid. Just like I said, my grandmother, who is a mulatto, her mother's white. When she had my grandmother is not thinking black. My mother growing up, she's just thinking as a black Southerner. Just because you acknowledge that you black in America, this is the thing people gotta understand. Just because you acknowledge that you're a black person in America does not mean you know what the fuck it is to be a black person in America. You might know what it is to be a nigga, or you might know what it is to be a minority, or whatever little stereotypes about what it is to be black. You don't know what it is to be a black man, in a sense that there's history behind us. That's the reason why once you get the information, it blows your mind. Because all this time you thought you was living as a black man when you're really living as a stereotype to fight against that. So that's sometimes where the mulatto comes in at, because the mulatto sees this because they're not dealing with the stereotype. Mm-hmm. So when they start to read up on these books about black people, they're like, wow, you're such a great people. Now I understand why. So they're like, yo, let me come over here and teach my people. But I understand why the black man would look and be resentful of that shit. And we're going to have a whole story on that. But at the same time, we have to change our mind frame, because you got to understand that you don't got no control about who the hell your parents sleep with to breed you. That's fact.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be sitting over here like, oh shit, this is a white pussy? Self-destruct. That's not how it works. You're going to get pushed out of a goddamn womb. You're going to get grow the fuck up, and you're going to live your life. You don't got no control after that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you as a person growing up, and your father black, your mother white, but you like, yo, you know what? I'm more identified with my black side. You want to rock with that black, like Tay Diggs and all his mixed children. You know what I'm saying? His kids ain't going to be considered black. But y'all going to make his kids black. But his kids shouldn't be considered black. Because the mom is white and the daddy, he don't fuck with that black shit. Tay Diggs never mess with black. No. That's why he always dealing with, you know what I'm saying? He never messed with black. So when he have his kids out there, you think he would pump in pro-blackness to his child?
Nah,
but
then he
turn
have
around
the
and
clip
see
with
his kids and say they black.
Not the country, but then he have the clip where he was showing him, saying he gonna teach his kids to not, to identify like
with both sides.
With both, yeah, some shit like that, yeah. Look,
here's the funny part. The kid's gonna identify with both sides, and then when a guy from TMZ said, "But what if he said he would identify with the white side?" Then he gonna tell his son, "Well, good luck with that." Like, well, then teach me the black side then. Shit. How you gonna have me living the white man life, and then when I say, you know what, I'm white. Fuck this. Good luck with that. Well, shit, you never taught me the black side. That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But we'll grab them. Look at Magic Johnson's son, EJ, right? The Bati boy. Is he black?
Right.
Huh, Black America? Is he black? Is he a black man? Huh? Are we claiming him as black? Fucking idiots. Come on, man. Come on. If we going to clean it up, let's clean it up then. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to clean it up. Don't sit over here now going to knock the biracial brother who's speaking truth, but then going to point to EJ and say he black. Fuck out of here. He's no rainbow. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man. Well, yeah, let me just wrap it up real quick. I'm at the end right now. And let's get a couple of things straight. Side note, brutalized, bystander, job done, stop with that. If you have a critique, resistance, establish, record of critique, our oppression. If you have no interest in equal rights for black people, then do not make suggestions to those who do. Sit down. We've been floating this country on credit for centuries, yo. And we're done watching and waiting while the invention called whiteness uses and abuses us, burying black people out of sight and out of mind while extracting our culture, our dollars, our entertainment like oil, black gold, ghetto rising and demeaning our creation, then stealing them, gentrifying our genius and then trying us on like costumes before discarding our bodies like rind of strange fruit. The thing is that just because we're magic don't mean we're not real. Thank you. And that is the speech that the brother had, and it was magnificent. Straight up. Word. And niggas that hate on that, y'all brain dead. Y'all, like, that's how low, like, you're brain dead. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. There's nothing else I can say behind that. There's nothing I can say behind that. If you hear that and that pisses you off, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. If you hear that and only thing you, and your comment next is, well, he light skinned. Something wrong with you. Go ahead, Funk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just echoing that same shit. It's like, this is a weird shit to even have a complaint on anything, to not really be, you know, inspired, you know, to fucking take Justin Timberlake shit. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't taking that and seeing what positive you can take out of it and change you can make or you know, open your mind to certain things, you know what I'm saying, as a black person, then, you know, it's weird to me, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like to just point out something of that nature, you know what I'm saying, when a man established who he was, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it just made me feel like our people don't, like, we don't want to move forward, we don't want to do certain shit. It's just like, I think about, like, you know, like, you know, the NBA back with Donald Sterling and shit. And, you know, they had the, you know, the conversation came out when he was, you know, talking shit about black players, you know. And, you know, the players, the team, you know what I'm saying, they had opportunity to boycott and really push, you know, power. You know what I mean? They would start to really wield their power just as black athletes, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, you know, we'll just, you know, do something that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? People didn't want them to boycott the game. People wanted to see the playoffs. Black people wanted to see the playoffs.
Wait. Before you continue, let's break down how the whole plan was. Because when we had the conversation, it was, yo, the Clippers should have said, I'm not playing for you, and walked off the fucking court. That would have messed up the whole player, because that would have then showed solidarity, because other black teams would have been like, yeah, you're right, I'm not playing either until y'all get Donald Sterling off this damn team. Straight up. Now, what would happen was that would have showed that black solidarity, which would have translated into the street for more of the black kids that watch it. So that right there would have been that stance showing black solidarity and black people showing that showing that power, because the regular basketball team that wasn't in the playoffs, they already got paid, so it's no hurt to their pocket. During the playoffs, this would have been hurting all of the owners and the multi-millionaires. They would have been the ones hurting because of the ad revenues and the fans who paid all this money and ain't going to see no goddamn game until Donald Sterling leaves. That would have made them rush to get Donald Sterling out. That would have put Magic Johnson in a better position to say, you know what? These boys ain't going to play unless y'all give me the T. Okay? Ain't that how Magic Johnson talk? They always talk about how funny he talks and shit like that. He got that fire. Oh, Ted, he wins. Bada boom. You know, that was stupid shit. So it's like, he could have used that and he could have sat there and said, you know what, at the negotiation deal, they said, you know what, ain't no basketball. Y'all want basketball? Yo, give me them Clippers. Straight up. Straight up. Give me them Clippers. And that's how it went down. But no, you know what happened? Niggas, like always, the niggas ain't have the Jesse Williams. No. You know what they had? They had the Jesse, what's the other Jesse dude? Jesse Owens. That's who they had. They didn't have the Jesse Williams. They had the Jesse Owens, right? And people would probably be like, Jesse Owens? Why would you say that about Jesse Owens? Jesse Owens? Y'all got to read up on Jesse Owens. Jesse Owens is the one that said, it ain't about that black power, that black fist. Because when you open that up, there ain't nothing in your hand. You're broke. You need to go out there and get that money. That nigga was chasing horses and shit trying to get bread after they used that nigga. Y'all got to stop letting these people give y'all leaders, man. Do the history behind everybody that they tell us to look up. It ain't just, Martin Luther King, he was cheating on Coretta, yeah. And goddamn, Richard Pryor was screwing trannies. Michael Jackson was doing some weirdo shit, you know what I'm saying? Wow. Prince dressing up in cross-dressing shit, you know what I'm saying? Goddamn. Name our greats. Jordan, come on, the gambling addict. Like, name our greats. Like, who the fuck is that? Everybody they tell us we need to look up to these people and shit like that. Check their history, man. Check their history. Stop all that idolizing shit. Stop all that. Look at these people as who they are. People that stood up. That's it. And you got that power to stand up too. Stop looking at them like they some fucking people that came from Christ and from the sky. They're humans. They pissed and shit just like you.
Yeah, it ain't so much about, giving him praise, you know what I'm saying? It's just his actions, what he was doing, what he was saying, what he was standing for. It ain't that you got to go make a scene or give a long speech every time you're doing something, but it's like more so stand for something. You know what I'm saying? Stand for something. Know what you up against. Know what you have to do. Sometimes you got to make a sacrifice. It ain't necessarily that you have to do what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, dudes, just know what you up against. You know what I'm saying? And that's really the lesson to me that you can, or at least one of them that you can take from it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're right.
Hey, that's what it means to be black. That's what it means to be black. Taking risks. That's what it means to be black. Standing there and holding your goddamn nut. Telling crackers, kiss my motherfucking ass. That's what it means to be black. That's what it always meant to be black. You know what I'm saying? That's what it meant to be black, to stand on the podium and, like you know what? Because I'm raising my sons up with that math and that science. We didn't even say the guest call. Guest call is number 646-716-4654. Massa, we Jesse Williams. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, yeah, we was going there, man. But it's like, I'm raising my sons up. My woman, she educates them. They well educated. When they get into the older stages, you don't get that other hard knowledge and shit, comprehension skills, just like what Jesse Williams said in his speech. And one of my dreams is for my son to be valedictorian and hold his nuts and talk shit on that goddamn mic. And the proudest day would be for them to say, oh, they had to cut the mic off, or they had to, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's how you know you done laid your mark right there. You're not supposed to care about their little bullshit awards. You give me the mic, and let me rock out. Let me say what I got to say. But my real dream is that one of my sons get the Rhodes Scholar. That's what I really, that Rhodes Scholar. So my son could get up there and talk shit about Cecil Rhodes. how much of a piece of shit he is.
You got two crack credits, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You got two crack credits, bro.
Yeah, boy, that'd be one of my biggest dreams, yo, for my son to sit over there and they like it. And one of my sons, and they get the Rhodes Scholar. They get up there, just like what Jesse Williams did. They don't go like this. Ah, damn! I already got off the. I think I got off the screen with the speech. I'm still trying to get back because I just want to get the top part. I just want them to go up there and just be like, thank you. Look, thank you, people, for being here. I would like to thank my parents. I would like to thank, and I'll be like, oh, you about to say it? You're about to say it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want. I want my son to sit there, and cause that's how you sneak them. Thank you for the committee. Thank you for the board, friends and family. A special thanks to my mother and father who's there. Thank you for showing me the way, for educating me, for keeping my eyes open to the way the world is. Thank you for keeping my eyes open so I can say, fuck Cecil Rhodes and all the shit he did, that murderous law. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck you and your scholar. Because that shit don't mean nothing to me. It only means something to the oppressor. To the oppressed when the oppressor gives you a gift. You know what I'm saying? When you're beating somebody down and you downtrodden them, and then you sit there and say, here's my jacket. Oh, that's a Massa jacket. Don't you touch that jacket. Massa gave this jacket to me. This piece of shit-ass jacket. But he give it to you and you make it gold. But to him, it's a piece of shit. That's why he gave it to you. I don't even want this jacket no more. I'll give it to the guy that cleaned my window. Hey, my man, you need a jacket? Here's a jacket here. Oh, shit. Yo, that's a nice jacket. Yeah, man, the white dude I work for gave me this. Oh, shit. The white man jacket? Come on, man. That's a damn shame. He gave you his trash. And a lot of times, we hold on to that weird ideology, one man's trash is another man's treasure. No, that's still trash, my nigga. That's still trash. You can't get away from that. If I get a sandwich and I eat a sandwich and I say, I don't want this sandwich no more, and I give it to a homeless person, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Yeah, that shit might be a treasure to you, but it's still trash to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the one that gave it to you. So you can talk about his treasure all day. That's like right now again with a woman. I can have a chick slut her out, whore her out, and then you meet her, you wife her, and you like, yo, this is the love of my life. Hey, she's the love of your life, but she's my old hoe to me. She's one of my old hoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can spin it how you want to spin it. But this is what it is. You see what I'm saying? So my whole shit with that is, man, go ahead, Flo. Go ahead. I lost my point. Yeah, I heard my lady laugh upstairs, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I mean, but you get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah. Yo, I wanted to ask you, too, did you see, you know, it's kind of it's a shift on the Jesse Williams joint, but did you see Lil Boosie, he was on
the TV?
Black
with
TV, did you see that?
With the gay comment with the TV?
Right, yeah, did you see that?
Yeah, I seen that. I mean, I seen it on the Facebook.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was just talking about, because, you know, they like, you know, labeling it, like, if you search for it, it's like a homophobic rant, and, you know what I'm saying, shit like that or whatever.
It ain't no homophobic rant. It ain't a homophobic rant. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying, he pretty much was speaking on, you know, how, you know, it's the attack on children. You know what I'm saying? And he was speaking on how, like, you know, when he came out of jail or whatever, he, you know, he, like, noticing, you know, every channel, he, like, you know, in his words, I think he said every 5 channels, you can't go 5 channels without seeing something gay on the TV, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, you know, all of the characters, all of the shows, cartoons, and he was specifically kept mentioning cartoons because he's like, yo, these little kids watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was cool to see him not bite his tongue, you know what I'm saying, and really just say what he felt and what was really going on. You know, it wasn't like he was you know, stretching something or you know, just pulling something out the air. You know, it was cool to see him, you know, speak on his, you know, speak his mind exactly the way he you know, it comes directly from the heart, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
I'm trying to tell you how I feel. Like that old Biggie said, Biggie.
You are. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was. You know what I'm saying? He was just speaking on that shit or whatever. But, you know, to me it was just like, you know, that was just another example, you know, during the week of just standing your ground, speaking with you. Because it's not like you know, you got to do something crazy attached to it. You saying what you say. It's like say what you say, stand on it, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Stand on your square. That's what it is to be black. That's the whole shit. The whole shit about being black is standing on your motherfucking nuts. I mean, holding your goddamn nuts. Look at these damn white motherfuckers in their face saying, kiss my ass. If you ain't know that's what it was, then, hey, well, welcome to the goddamn show, because this is what it's about. That's what it's about. Standing there holding your nuts saying, kiss my ass. That's why I'm glad I was born in the 80s, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, that's what it means to be black. All this bow down, hands up, don't shoot, and all that. No, man, we wasn't doing no hands up, don't shoot. We were dragging motherfucking white people out their goddamn truck, kicking their ass after that fucking Rodney King shit. We ain't do no hands up, don't shoot. We ain't do that weak shit. We held our nuts. And we told the goddamn United States, kiss my motherfucking ass. Get out of here with this shit, man. It's some weak-ass shit. Niggas' pants are too goddamn tight. That's the fucking problem. Niggas' pants too goddamn tight. And then you walking around over here thinking y'all fashion models. And y'all can't think like that fighting against this goddamn system. You need to be out here with your Tim boots, your fatigues. You know how we do in the 90s? You know what I'm saying? We made a fashion statement out of revolution. That's how you rock this shit, man. When you look at police ain't supposed to still fucking... If they gonna kill you, then make them feel goddamn... Give them a reason to fucking kill you. I think it's a damn shame for us to be sitting over here running from police and getting gunned down. Hiding from police and getting gunned down. Begging police not to shoot us and getting gunned down.
Any fucking way.
Listening to the cops and getting gunned down. Man, fuck out of here. Go ahead, Smoke.
Yo, man, we gotta wisen up, man, because like you said, man, it's just sad that we don't really take shit more serious, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it'll just be like another, you know, mention, you know, another week or two from now, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like you gotta go tattoo this shit on your arm or anything like that, but it's just like the shit we complain about is like, you know, you want to marginalize something that, you know, that is great because of the smaller things, and it goes, it's like religion, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much like the effects of religion on the brain, you know what I mean, or on the mind frame of black people. It's like we'll find a reason to just knock it off, not you know, try to knock that man off his square, you know what I'm saying?
And I don't understand the Umar versus Jesse Williams comparison thing, though. I don't understand that. You want to read a let me read a let me read a Umar Johnson quote. How about that? Activist Umar Johnson attempts to buy St. Paul's College. Dr. Umar, should I say the year? Let me say the year.
Yeah.
June 5th, 2014.
Oh, what year?
Dr. Umar Johnson. Oh, sorry.
What year is it? It's 2001?
My bad. Excuse me. I forgot. We are in 2016. Right? Oh, wow. June 5th, 2014. I don't want nobody thinking that this is June 5th, 2016, and we're in July 1st, 2016, and this was just last month. No. This is 2014. Dr. Umar Johnson, a controversial black activist and orator, is launching an ambitious campaign to raise enough money to purchase St. Paul's College in Virginia and convert it into a residential boarding school for African American boys. The Board of Trustees at St. Paul's has given Johnson until August 21st to raise the $5 million needed to acquire the historically black college and refurbish its 35 campus buildings after the school was forced to close its doors last year amid declining enrollment in debt. Now, Johnson wants to create the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy and enroll about 1,000 African American boys to the school from all across the country. $5 million is a steal for a college campus, says Johnson, a published author who quit his job working as a school psychologist in 2006, 10 years ago, and has since become a sought-after speaker, particularly on college campuses. If I don't get the property, it will likely be sold to white folks and turned into a private gated community. Raw. That's what he always do. Every time he do, I noticed that about this dude. Every time he says something, he always throws some white fear shit behind it. He did the same shit in another clip I was listening to. He says, "Yeah, and black folks call. No, he said I get the call, and the white woman, she says, Umar, what's going on with you? There's been so many black folks calling, asking about your credentials. So I just figured since y'all need white people to, and I noticed because you guys remember he's a psychiatrist or whatever. He deals with your brain. You see what I'm saying? He does that, you know what I'm saying? So the whole shit is, that's how he work you. The same thing with the conscious stripper situation. He didn't say, yeah, I was messing with Shorty, da. No, what he said was, yeah, I just got a donation of $1 million. Well, no, was going to get a donation, like a pledge, and from a cousin of an athlete. But then when he went to look me up, the conscious stripper controversy came up, and he said he didn't want to be a part of nothing like that and pulled out. And then he got into the conscious stripper talk. The conscious stripper, something he named. Then he got into the talk. So I peeped that, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, why the hell would the athlete? I'm not worried about no conscious stripper. I don't give a fuck about who you screwing. What perked my interest was the $1 million in the athlete story. Because I'm like, all right, so what it is this. I have a sister who worked in the educational system, in particular special ed. So she told me a lot of the behind the scenes inner workings of the school system. So before I heard about it, Umar Johnson. So once I heard about him, once I heard about him through Sonetism, that's when he would talk, I could get what he was saying quick because I'm already familiar with talking to my sister. So that's why I told my sister, yo, you should listen to this dude because, dude, you know what I'm saying, y'all talking the same stuff. So what happened with me was I started noticing as I keep listening to his stuff, it got repetitive. If you really listen to him talking, it don't change. His shit is pretty much the same shit with a little up-to-date shit if there's some new shit that happened recently. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, it's the same template over and over again. So I'm like, it's a script. So why would I keep listening to the same shit over and over again? So I give him a break. So now my sister, she says, yo, you heard about the Umar Johnson shit? I said, nah, what shit? He said, the stripper shit. I'm like, stripper shit? I'm like, what, this nigga stripper now? I'm like, what the fuck going on with Umar Johnson? Like, damn, I know you're trying to collect money for the school, but damn, brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get it. I'm thinking he was stripping. So that's how I'm away from the story I am. So she's like, pull it up. She didn't tell me the story. She just said, pull it up. So I typed Umar Johnson. The only thing that pops up is homosexuality, like, you know, his views on homosexuality, the homo topic, the war on boys, you know, and shit like that. I don't see nothing. I have to type in stripper. So once I type in stripper, then I see the stripper thing. So I'm like, so when I hear him talking, I'm like, how the hell would a athlete type your name in and bump into the stripper story when that shit was new as shit when my sister told me about it? So for the athlete to have known, that means it had to been even earlier. So it's like, so there's no way in hell that would have been on the internet. He would have had to type in stripper. That don't make sense. You see what I'm saying? If anything, if he would have said the athlete wasn't going to give the money because of his views on homosexuality, then I can understand. Oh, because, you know, they all tied into that shit, probably signing contracts and all of that shit. But for an athlete to say he don't want to get caught up in a stripper controversy, and the controversy was a chick who just so happenly stripped that Umar Johnson was just so happenly dealing with, said that they was dealing with each other, that's controversy? Because it's not like he was like, yeah, bitch, or break that bread, or bring some girls, let's have a threesome in an orgy. He didn't really say nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing really, it wasn't that controversial. You know what I'm saying? It was a spat. So why would that interrupt $1 million deal? That's why I was like, that's a lie. But that's to divert the attention off of him to somebody else. He's good.
I remember that because I remember searching for that shit. I'm at work. I'm typing in Umar, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be like, you know, I'm typing it on my phone, you know what I'm saying? So it's like damn, I can't find this story, you know what I'm saying? And normally, when there's a major story or whatever, you know, like you don't get that first couple hits, you know what I'm saying? You don't get that story, and then, but it took me a minute to see that shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, searching for it. So yeah, like you said, it was coming up. The homosexuality was what was coming up, and there wasn't anything about the, stripper shit.
No, watch this. Watch this. A man's bread and butter is only guaranteed when he works for them, says Johnson, who added that the school's curriculum will also focus on agriculture, dietary, economics, and political science, along with ongoing instructions in African-centered spirituality, trades such as cosmetology, plumbing, cosmetology. I thought they were all boys schools. Plumbing, carpentry, and masonry will be offered too. It's unclear how much money Johnson has raised, though. He says donations have steadily been pouring in through an online fundraising drive.
through, though St. Paul had received other bids, the fact that the Board of Trustees has given Johnson time to allow him to raise the funds suggests that they want the college to remain in black hands. This is really a drop in the bucket, he says, pointing to a recent sale of Morris Brown College to the city of Atlanta for $14 million. Most of our great moments were funded not by rich blacks but everyday black people. Now, it's funny that he mentioned Morris Brown because, you know, I live in Atlanta, Georgia, so I actually have a story on Morris Brown. I'm not going to get into it today. I'll probably talk about it another day. Probably tomorrow I'll talk about it. But in a nutshell, Morris Brown, and I'm going to check into the St. Paul story too to see the similarities, but I believe it is. They lost accreditation, just like St. Paul lost its accreditation. And then its debt is involved. You see what I'm saying? And Morris Brown ended up borrowing a lot of money from the churches and things of this nature. So in essence, $2 million. Let's say $2 million. Let's say everything he says is true. Okay, boom. $2 million. Because this is the mind frame. This is what black people want to believe. Black people want to listen to Jesse Williams' speech and speak out where he's honoring the black fight. He's not even giving this award to him or putting no shine towards him. All of this energy he picked up and then threw that shit back to black people and said, this is for y'all. This is for us. Excuse me. I'm not going to say y'all. This is for us. I'm not going to just hold this on. This is for all of us. This is for the people on the ground. This is for the activists, the civil rights lawyers, the families, the parents, the struggling parents out here, the ones that's waking up early in the morning, got to bust their ass and shit to take care of their family. This is for all of y'all. And then we turn around and say, fuck you because you light-skinned and your mama white? This is the mind frame that we're saying, fuck what he's saying, but then we'll donate money to Umar Johnson and where he's telling you he's ready to smack certain people up. His acronym is PAPA. PAPA, because PAPA is the acronym for Prince of Pan-Africanism. Like, come on, man. This nigga's corny, man. And this is the shit y'all eat up. Y'all eat up little corny-ass shit like that. This is a situation where you're not understanding that once the school, okay, let's give them that. $2 million. Here's your $2 million. Now you got the money for the school. What he said is, then I'm going to put the $2 million in the account because I'm going to go to the bank to get a loan for $2 million. You'll get a loan for the same money that you have? That don't even fucking make sense. That means you zero the fuck out. I can understand if he said I got $2 million in the bank, I'm going to go in the loan for 10.
No,
you talking money.
It kind of makes sense, but
no, it don't make sense.
No.
This is what I'm saying. Let's talk about why it don't make sense. You owe $2 million, right? And you have $2 million. The bank. You work for the bank, right, Smoke? Right? You work for the bank. Interest?
Mm-hmm.
Interest?
Yeah, I mean, but you gotta.
Wait, can you explain interest?
If you only got $2
million. Can you explain interest?
Listen. If you only have $2 million and he bought a building, he have no operating cash at all, none. So you just got a building. So he has a point. He has a point of getting the loan.
Explain the point. You told me why it won't work. Explain the point.
I am. I promise you, I am. The problem is now you have a mortgage, and now you got to pay that every month. How you making money from the school? You're not making no money. So it's like, yo, that's
back to donation.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it kind of makes sense, but that means you're going to have to pay every month. And it's like, you have to have income to pay for that shit.
So it's like you're
you have to have income for all of this shit.
So it's like, yeah, so he threw them some.
No, you're gonna have more than $2 million. But you're gonna have more than $2 million because of the interest.
Yeah, that goes back
because
to
of the interest.
With the interest.
Yeah. That one word, interest, kills that whole stupid ass point.
Yeah.
That means you're back out
no
here.
Income. He has no income, and he can't do nothing with the interest.
And that shit doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so
that's $2 million. And, but black people having a question, we're wrong. How you're ready to smack niggas up? That's the same shit Birdman said, right? Why he got mad at Charlamagne? Because Charlamagne kept talking shit about Birdman, and that's messing up his business, right? Ain't that what Birdman say?
Yeah, because I'm respecting him.
Right? Now watch this. Why Polite got mad at In the Black? Because In the Black kept talking about his business practices, and that was fucking up his business. And what In the Polite them do? You see that? You see the pattern? You see the pattern? If you're gonna say Polite is a scam artist, right? And Birdman, he don't pay for his shit, right? Now, these guys got too similar energy, and then they both doing the same shit that Umar doing. He gonna smack niggas up. Give me my money, our money. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like, how? But fuck Jesse Williams, that mulatto. But Umar been saying this. Let me read that again. The Board of Trustees said you got into August 21st of 2014. Now, here's a counter-argument. I still have a relationship with the board, right, where I can still drum money up, and so long as they don't sell, I can always go back there. That's a counter-argument, right? But I have to read to y'all the Morris Brown situation first. Because I got to let you understand that once the school is in debt, is out of accreditation, and it takes all of that bread again. You see what I'm saying? Why you don't get the fucking money, get a building, and start your own shit? Now he's talking about, well, maybe I need to scale down and try. Now you thinking about scaling down? Now you talking about scaling down. But this is who y'all trust.
Afterwards. He probably
this is who niggas trust. What? Man. You know how you raise bread?
Black people doing what they supposed to do. They do diligence. And if there's a question to be had because of something that looks shaky for whatever reason, let me answer that question. Ain't no reason to be defensive about it because at the end of the day, niggas want to stay.
Oh, wait.
That's really
Peep this. Peep what he said. Or what Umar said. They don't say that when they're eating at the Chinese restaurant. You heard that, right?
Right.
Did you hear that shit? They don't do that when they're in the Chinese restaurant. They don't do that when they go over here and they start naming white establishment, right? That's the same shit Polite did. When In the Black was saying, was talking about Polite business practices, Polite response was, they ain't out here talking about McDonald's and they ain't talking about. So how can you call one man a scam artist and not the other man when they talking the same motherfucking lingo? They talking the same goddamn lingo. That's the nigga. That's the crazy part. Oh yeah, but damn, we about to log off. Guest call in 646-716-4665.
Oh damn.
Shit, yeah, my bad, but yeah, it's just, yo, my nigga, it's the same lingo. Yo, I'm talking about real spit.
You're not sincere.
Real spit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a one stance on the team on cats that's from Brooklyn or something. You know what I'm saying? And then you down with the cats from your side. Like, come on, son, get out of here. Hey, that's home team advantage.
And they doing the same shit. Like, come on, man. So just say you jealous that you, and then when he kept screaming, like I said, I've been in this shit for 35 years since birth. You know what I'm saying? Since birth. But my mother opened her eyes. And then she bred children with their eyes open. You see what I'm saying? I didn't have to see goddamn Fahrenheit 9/11 and those shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have to see a black president to know I can accomplish anything and no dumb shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I grew up with my eyes open, so I have history. So I can remember back in the 80s. I can remember back in the 90s. I can remember in the early 2000s. I'm looking at all these events with a different eye. I remember 9/11 the same way as black people, but a little differently. Because while everybody was in shock and awe, I was trained to be like, Babylon about to burn. Babylon about to fall. Elijah Muhammad spoke about the burning and the falling of America. Rastafari talk about the burning and the falling of America. The Hebrews talk about the burning and the falling of America. So black people are supposed to damn celebrate this day. I'm walking down the street, I see a red, white, and blue flag in the yard, and I'm like, what the hell is this flag doing in the yard? I pull it out. I'm like, yo, Mom, somebody put a flag in the yard. She like, yeah, I did. I'm like, for what? She like, because I'm showing solidarity. I want the Arabs to come over here, because they ain't going to care if we pro-black or not. They're going to kill all of us. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, what is the hell? What is this? Because, me and my mother, we didn't, we were separated. So I came back from New York in 2000. You know what I'm saying? So when 9/11 hit, I was in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so I'm not caught up in that Kool-Aid shit she on. So I'm like, huh? The hell you? What? I'm like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So the shit was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, our mind frame, we have to change it. But the way we change it is by not passing that sickness on to our children. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. If you dark-skinned and you grew up with self-hate, you can't look at when you see your dark-skinned black daughter, you're supposed to praise her up. When you have your son, even if he light-skinned, you're supposed to encourage him to date dark-skinned black women. You're not supposed to breed your light-skinned sons to find light-skinned girls, or definitely not breed your dark-skinned sons to deal with light-skinned girls because they're dark. No. That was the self-hate that was put on you by your mother, so you're supposed to abandon that to pass that on for your son and for your daughter. You know what I'm saying? Just like if a man grew up in a house watching his father kick his mother ass, he's supposed to say, I'm not going to pass that on to my child. I don't want to do the yelling. I don't want to do the arguing. I don't want to do the fighting. I want my children to grow up where they don't see that. You see what I'm saying? That's how that shit's supposed to work. We keep thinking, I'm going to be the one to stop it. Nigga, you 40. You're 40 years old. Sit your old ass down somewhere, man, and think of another plan for your age range before you get a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? Pass that shit on to that young boy out there and let him go out there and fight that good fight. Don't sit there and tell him, no, you sit your young ass down. You don't know about this. No, sit your old ass down. You jump on that computer, talk shit. Let that young boy film that shit. Our old ass would be one to try to run with the man. Sit your ass down and fucking cheer them niggas on, man. So that's some funny shit, though, man. But that's what it is, Smoke, man. Shit, you got any closing? Oh man, we ain't even do no Trump talk.
Nah, damn sure did. It was a few.
Damn, man.
Yo, I do want to say.
Yeah. Oh no, we're gonna talk Trump talk tomorrow. You know we gonna talk Trump talk tomorrow. Oh, you said what happened?
I said free the ass. I seen some joints where they talking about that cat might be getting out soon. Dre ass.
Oh, okay. I
heard it get bailed out. Free the ass.
Shit, that's what it is, man.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I was happy, like some Brooklyn shit. I'm like, hell yeah, get my man out of there.
Hell yeah, boy. Hell yeah.
So, it's gonna be interesting to see how that play out for him. If he do indeed get his bail or whatever, it's gonna be interesting to see how, how he reacting to it, what he do, what I'm saying, while he out or whatever. Well, yeah,
see what they say.
Yeah. That's a whole crazy situation, but it's good that at least he gonna get his. He ain't gotta sit in there, while due process happen or whatever. You heard?
Yeah. That's in the background. Go ahead. Nah, but that'd be dope though, man. Yeah, that'd be dope, man, if that boy come home, you know what I'm saying? He could tell his story, try to fight his fight on the outside.
It was looking bleak for him, you know what I'm saying? And then once the story started coming out, it's like, all right, yeah, let that man get his due process. Let him walk the streets, you know what I'm saying? Get out the beef, man. So I was happy to see that shit, you know what I'm saying? Word.
Yeah, that's what up, man. Shit, that's what up. Brooklyn for life, Brooklyn forever. But shit, man, tomorrow, man, shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go out there. I'm definitely gonna have to talk about my man Trump, you know what I'm saying? See, I got a lot of shit. That's my man now, you know what I'm saying?
My son Trump.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, man. Yo, every time I turn around, all I see is motherfuckers talking about they ain't fucking with Hillary. It be killing me. I be sitting over here like, yo, what's on the street ain't what's on the news. And that's why I said that's what that BritX shit is. That's what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what they talking about. Like, remember when you said, you thought Trump was saying that maybe some of the other states would break away or some shit?
Right.
Remember that?
Right.
Yeah, that was he was saying that it was it's the people, it's the polling. Because the polling keep telling you what? That the goddamn, that Hillary got this shit. You know what I'm saying? But on the street,
if
you listen to the street.
I really saw that. Because I went back and looked at that shit later on. I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yo, a lot of niggas not even voting. I'm going to tell you what people not even counting. They looking at Barack. But you got to understand, Barack woke up sleeping giants who just said, I'm going to vote just to say I'm going to vote for a black person. A lot of them niggas that was, remember, they was wheelchair-cheering 98-year-old black woman to vote. You think she going to be coming to vote for Hillary? She sent her old black ass down. They're not voting. A lot of these black people is not voting. They're not even counting that shit. A lot of them Mexicans cannot vote. A lot of women do not fuck with Hillary. Straight up. And we're going to get into that tomorrow. Straight up. So, shit, until then, you want to do some closing out?
Yo, tomorrow, man, we back in effect, you heard?
You know what I'm saying? Peace.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to Geico.com and you could save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike,
Dance with me, purple cow. I like your move.